back with another video under heavy duty attacks, if you can't hear in my voice, very low humming of a frequency like best way I could describe it, all through my body. Now, what is the names of these certain technologies I'm not familiar with. I do know they use covert electronic harassment, directed energy weapons, what is known as DEWs, microwave radiation, scalar waves. I am, pretty familiar with. But the life of a TI, what is it like, is, I'll probably be putting it lightly, because if you've never walked through hell, literally, then you'll never understand. But it feels like you're walking through hell. When you are being microwaved, just trying to walk, it feels like you're walking through water. It attacks the muscles, the nerves. You're hit with what feels like, you can actually see them if you're hit hit hard enough. You can actually see them. They're like a bright white, pin needle sized. I think it's radiation, but they go right through you, and they make it rain on you with those. They've done it to me quite often. Then they have ones that look like a very bright light blue, almost like white bluish. They've also hit me with red ones very seldomly. A handful of times have I seen the red ones. I'm assuming they do a lot of damage because they are quite painful. And they usually aim for the heart. They've hit me in the chest one time with those. It's just one beam. It's bright red. It's almost like an infrared. Very painful. Getting up in the mornings is always fun. You can barely walk. Your whole body feels like it's been lit up like the 4th of July. You were shot at all night, microwave, basically cooked. Is what a lot of TIs call it. Being cooked, microwave. You've been cooked all night. When asked on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your pain? There's no such thing in the TI community as a scale. The pain is unbearable. It would bring a grown man to his knees, crying and begging for mommy and mercy. I can assure you that. It is that painful, that scary. When hitting the nervous system, from my experience, it's in the center of the body. When they hit you, it's like a combination in the brain and in the middle of the body. It's like a pulling, tugging, a tug-of-war with the directed energy weapon. But they like to attack the center of the body. They can instill artificial fear, which is very uncomfortable. Trying to socialize and acting normal. I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie Men in Black, where that one alien dude had to like hack a body and claim it, and he didn't know how to use it. It looked like his face was paralyzed, and he was dragging his back legs and his arms. That's what it looks like for a targeted individual. It's like you can't control your body. Feels like you're walking in water. Brain fog. Equilibrium is totally thrown off. Zaps to the nerves in your body. There's a lot of conductivity in the spine, center of the spine, in the hands and in the feet. It almost feels like a cluster of something. Neurally, your toes and fingers will start jumping when this technology is hitting your body. Very uncomfortable. It feels like electricity. Like a tube of electricity is like all through your body. And it's, in the center of your body. And it is just like the worst fucking pain in the world. Why would somebody do this? The famous question targeted individuals get asked on a daily basis, because we're nobodies. This is a $1 trillion industry. It's treated like a business. I don't know if you guys, I think it was the movie Saw, where those rich people, was it Saw 2? Where those rich people would go to that underground location where they trafficked innocent people, and they paid to go into these rooms where these victims of trafficking would be locked up in, and they were able to do whatever they wanted to them. That's what you're dealing with. The people with this technology are sick scumbags. They've been given this technology and they can do whatever they want to, basically. Virtually, it's all done virtually. It's virtual trafficking, virtual sex trafficking. They connect a victim to a hive mind. And because your neural links are connected via brain, it feels like you're actually touching each other. It gets dirty in there, you guys. Oh man, it gets dirty. When you're locked in a brain cave of a bunch of perverted criminals, oh boy, does it get dirty. A lot of TIs have, found a sense of humor in all this, and this is how we cope with it. We've even named some of their weapons a sleepy weapon, which is low vibrational frequencies. A lot of them come across as buzzing and humming. The sleepy weapon, oh, that one's fun. Or you could be wide awake. I don't care if you were on meth or cocaine. They could put you to sleepy poo just like that. Another famous one we call the poo weapon. That's a fun one. Oh boy, does that hurt. Where they can give a victim the bubble guts and the shirts out of nowhere. So from my experience, they hit the outer lining of the stomach. It's actually in the inner lining of the stomach. And I believe it's radiation. And attack that, and boy, does that bring you to your knees. That is the worst fucking pain. I've given birth. I bared children. And I can tell you that it is worse than that. It is the worst pain that you've ever... I'd rather have a toothache. It is a horrible pain, especially if you're somebody like myself that's very tiny, petite, and has a very sensitive body and stomach. It is the worst unbearable pain. Equilibrium is thrown off, brain fog. The waves of radiation go right through you, and it's like a thick fog, very heavy coated, very uncomfortable. It causes the skin, once they start hitting you with the radiation, your skin dries up, shrivels up. You'll get lining. Look, I'll even show you because it's happening right now. They're microwaving me. But if you can see that lining, that's what happens to the skin when they start hitting you with the radiation. Your skin will start lining up. I know this is gross, you guys. But you can see those little lines right there. The skin dries up, and I have naturally beautiful skin. It's usually radiant and glowing and vibrant. But while radiated, it dulls the skin out, shrivels it up, and sometimes in the face, you'll also get a grayish skin tone. And from my experience, my belief is the heavy metals in your body that are severely conducted to this technology. This is why they put heavy metals in our food. It's like a magnet to the technology. If you ever remember that game in the 80s, that game board with a guy with a clown face and no hair, and it had like shreds of, I don't know if it was iron or what it was metals, and you could take the magnet and paint a beard on him, or put hair on his bald head. That's exactly what it is. This technology is conductive to the heavy metals in the body. So from my experience, when they turn the technology on and really do a number on me, I can actually see the clusters under black lighting, UV ray lights. Can't think it, I'm a natural blonde. I promise you. You can see the clusters of heavy metals. It's pretty fucking scary. This is not a conspiracy theory. I can assure you that. It's already been proven, the heavy metals that are in our food and drinking water. Why else would they put them there? They're not there for no reason. It's not rocket science. Common sense and logic is free. To all these shills and trolls out there that want to shill our videos and go down below in the comments section and tell us to put on our tinfoil hats, which is also conductive technology. No thanks. But that pretty much sums it up all in a nutshell right there, you guys. Worst pain. Some of us who have experienced more of the advancement of the targeting can honestly say that we could handle waterboarding with our eyes closed and our hands tied behind our backs, like it's a piece of cake. Sorry, China. Oh, Chinese water torture. Oh, Chinese checkers. Sorry, Illuminati, it's no longer chess. We're calling it Chinese checkers. You know, you just, as a target individual, you definitely got to find a sense of humor and maintain a sense of humor in order to deal with it. Especially when you become more familiar with the technology, the societies that are behind it, the counterintelligence, even your perps. They define themselves as your handlers. When you become more familiar with them, you just laugh. Because, I mean, there's so much pure ignorance behind all of this. It's really the technology itself that's intelligent. That's why I define them as encounter-intelligence rather than counterintelligence. Because of the technology is how they encounter it at all. They're honestly, they walk into this blind. Especially when they cross paths with somebody like myself. They like to use their systematical IQs and systematical, degrees to, counterattack my spiritual IQ and advancement in the spiritual, because I am enlightened. And they can't progress. Only the technology progresses. So, it's totally up to them whether they progress and choose to walk in spirit, or, continue to be systematical monkeys. It's all about free will, guys. So you just kind of throw your hands up in the air at them and just tell them, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to be a dipshit, or are you, going to wake up? It is what it is, but here we are. Hopefully it's almost over. Still working hard to expose all of them and their agendas, their psyops, and the technology, most importantly. Once this surfaces, it's all over for them. It's all over, because it's going to expose everything they've ever done. Will be in question from here on out. Once this technology is exposed. We're going all the way back to the Titanic, baby. We're taking it there. We're taking it there. We're going all the way back to the Titanic so they can reap what they sow. I love you guys. Stay strong on the battlefield. Don't give up.